Contacted the Idaho State Police. One started the investigation. I was contacted by his superior that they will not be looking into the matter. I have contacted Idaho Legal Aid that is supposed to help with cases. They said, we can't help with this. This is criminal. The police tell me that they can't help with this. This is civil. This is full-on criminal to have people withholding this kind of evidence.
Okay, if I may follow up.
Okay, go ahead and follow up.
So when they said they would not pursue it, was there a reason given that they would not pursue it?
Ms. Adams?
It's civil.
It was a civil action is what their answer was, not a criminal action.
That's
that
what
right?
they're saying. But but that is criminal. That is against Idaho law to conceal evidence. An officer go into a trial, custody trial or not, that is a trial. Swear in as an officer. And when asked if the child ever reported sexual abuse, and she says no, and when she is asked, is there police body cam with the other parents saying that they do allow drugs, they do give them drugs, and they think she was raped but didn't take her in for a rape kit, and nobody has investigated anything. And when that officer says no, that's a crime.
Okay. Is that all?
Yeah,
Thank you
that's
for
all.
your testimony today, Ms. Adams.
What if the system sworn to protect us is the one breaking the law? This is happening right now in Monroe County, Florida, and almost every state inside the United States. In my case, there was a tri-county conspiracy whereby 3 bordering counties were involved in taking unlawful actions in force against us. It has been 2 years since I've spoken to my son, who was 8 at the time of the unlawful removal, which was essentially a last-ditch effort to silence me for speaking the truth about rights violations and unlawful force, to which I have a large paper trail. I was terrified, and so were my children, and we still are, and we're still being tortured by the separation and the fact that my son expected that his mother would protect him. It tears me up inside. All I want is for my son to know that I have not abandoned him. I knew what they were trying to do. So not only were they trying to traffic my son, but they were trying to traffic me as well. I have multiple emails and documents, as well as some voice recordings and video footage that support their intimidations and excessive force from various government entities throughout the state, plus their complete disregard for due process, as well as other forms of abuse. My case involves judges like Chief Judge Bonnie Helms, the final say in the judicial system in Monroe County, as well as another judge, Mark Wilson. Then there were the guardian ad litem and the Department of Children and Families, with such officials as Teresa Glover, the regional area supervisor for the lower half of the state of Florida. In addition to the child protective investigators, Kathy Vostry, who falsified tests and statements and forced me to sign a packet of papers under duress while she lied about my violent nature. And then Jean Curtis, who doesn't seem to actually check out with any kind of CPI licensure in the state. However, she was the one who represented the Department of Children and Families when she deceived us by stating, "We have no reason to take your children. We just want to get you some hotel money." She did this so that I would agree to meet her at the Department of Children and Families office. They kidnapped my children and trafficked my son Kyle through adoption. When they appointed an attorney to me at a hearing that I was never aware of, they appointed an attorney without my presence, which means that it's an unlawful appointment. At that court date, they put a no contact order in between me and my children, keeping me from them completely, and they had been stripped away from me. They had no idea what was happening. My name is Reagan Bourgault, a whistleblower victimized by government corruption and the family courts. I've witnessed firsthand how officials manipulate the justice system for profit. This is not isolated. It's a pattern of false claims, constitutional violations, and systemic corruption funded by your tax dollars. Behind every falsity is a child, a family, or a citizen whose rights are destroyed, and in some cases, silenced forever.